Hello everyone, this is Amna, and today through this video, we will come to know the final answer of octasulfur. If you find my videos useful, consider liking, sharing and subscribing, and don't forget to click the bell icon. That proves to be really beneficial. Throughout the YS8 series, we have learned various topics ranging from how to understand atoms to understanding molecules. Through these concepts, we learn the reason behind why the most stable and common form of sulfur at room temperature is octasulfur. We should note that at very high temperatures, disulfur is the most predominant. Sulfur has a small atomic size compared to most elements of the periodic table. However, in comparison to oxygen, which has the same valency as sulfur, sulfur's atomic size is relatively large. This results in it behaving differently than oxygen, since the atomic size, as we have learned, directly or indirectly influences various other properties of sulfur and its bond formation. For example, smaller atomic size means greater electronegativity. Therefore, sulfur's electronegativity is greater than most elements of the periodic table. Sulfur's convenient atomic size and presence of more valence electrons allows the single bonded sulfur atoms to catenate and polarize more easily compared to many other elements. Since oxygen has small atomic size, in case of formation of single bonds of oxygen, there are more inter-electronic repulsions, but in case of single sulfur bonds, the repulsions between the lone pairs of electrons are not very high as the size has increased. The SS bond energy is 213 kJ per mole, while the OO bond energy is 138 kJ per mole. Therefore, the bond strength is more in sulfur, and sulfur has much more tendency to catenate compared to oxygen. We should also note that compared to carbon, which shows maximum catenation in the periodic table, sulfur's ability to self-link is quite less. One of the reasons can also be that sulfur is more electronegative than carbon. Considering normal temperature and pressure conditions, sulfur seems to be the most stable in the form of octasulfur, although other allotropes also exist in relatively much smaller quantity. So we can see that the environmental conditions highly influence the bond formation of elements. Atoms of the same elements have the same electronegativities. Therefore, sulfur atoms are covalently bonded to form sulfur molecules. We have seen that the intermolecular forces are relatively less between molecules which have covalently bonded atoms or elements. Polarizability increases when the molecule has more electrons, which allows for more distortions in the electron distribution or say greater variability in electron density. More catenation means formation of larger molecules, which results in greater polarizability, which in turn increases the strength of intermolecular forces. Here, the van der Waals forces, specifically London dispersion forces. Exhibition of stronger dispersion forces means greater bond strength. This means that the bond length between two corresponding molecules reduces. As the intermolecular space reduces, the state of the substance has increasing chances of being solid at room temperature and normal pressure conditions. Of course, we are looking at the bare minimum conditions required to understand the concept at this level. As you can observe in the environment, we mostly find sulfur in the solid state when most nonmetals are in the gaseous states. There is one more rule which explains the stable nature of octasulfur instead of disulfur. As stated in Wikipedia, quote, "The double bond rule states that chemical elements with a principal quantum number," to clarify, this is the same number which Niels Bohr introduced to define different energy levels of discrete orbits in his atomic model. So when the principal quantum number is greater than 2, example in period 3 elements and lower, there is no formation of multiple bonds, example double bonds and triple bonds with themselves or other elements. The double bonds, if they exist, are weak due to weak pi bonds as a result of poor orbital overlap, unquote. The key takeaway is that sulfur is in fact a period 3 element. The conditions and properties which we have discussed so far are the equilibrium factors for stable sulfur as a substance to be in solid state consisting of mainly S8 molecules. So there it is, the answer as I have understood to why octasulfur is most stable at room temperature. I hope you found this satisfactory and enriching. Do like my video if you liked it and dislike it if you didn't. And I always look forward to comments for any suggestions to my future videos. Thank you.